basically he walked into the dressing room one day and his sticks were all taped together, like with 20 rolls of tape. And so somebody pranked him. So he figures it's Claude Giroux, because I guess he has a running thing going with Claude Giroux. So he says, I got to get even. And they're about to go out for practice. He goes and he takes a hacksaw and cuts on the shaft of 4 of Giroux's sticks. I guess if you cut sort of part of the shaft, that the shaft like loses all its strength and will snap. I never knew this before. I don't know where it is on the shaft. Yeah, you get a little saw into the shaft and it breaks. So he figures Giroux will go out, he'll snap like 3 sticks. He's got a temper, he'll take a little hissy fit, and everybody will laugh, and that'll be the end of it. So, but then Brady gets called into like a meeting with his coach or something and completely forgets, being Brady. And Giroux must have grabbed another stick. He goes out. Nothing happens during practice. It's uneventful. So the next day they're playing the St. Louis Blues in an afternoon game, and they go out for power play like 8 minutes in. Giroux snaps a stick and then goes back to the bench, knocks a puck out of the air, snaps a stick. And Brady, by the way, sitting on the bench, has no clue. He hasn't even clued in.
That's the most Brady Tkachuk thing I've ever heard, too.
It's amazing. So there's a TV timeout. I guess the power play's over, and Giroux is snapping. And they're playing Braden Shen and the Blues, and I guess Giroux in his head, like he thinks somebody's messed with his sticks because he's never had this happen before. So he starts screaming at Shen, who's a good buddy of his. It's like, Shen, are you with my sticks? Blah, 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 blah. And that's when Brady on the bench hears that and goes, oh my God, he's using these sticks in an NHL game. Right? And so Giroux sits down next to him, and there's some details I left out, like Stützle and DeBrincat were the only guys who saw Tkachuk do this, and they're on the bench howling, laughing, and Brady's like, you got to take this to your grave, like this can never get out. But then he feels guilty, I guess, after a while, so he taps Giroux on the bench. It's like, gee, it was me. And Giroux's like, what? He's like, it was me. I cut your sticks. And Giroux, who's telling me this story, is like, what? Like, he can't even fathom this. Like, he's the pro of all pros, right? He's like, we're trying to make the playoffs in the freaking NHL. And so he didn't talk to him. And then Brady played like sick guilty and got like 4 points, and they won 8-1. So Giroux eventually forgave him. But I love the story because we would have never heard it if they lost that game.
No.
That would have been buried forever.